I'll show you a place that like 10 years ago was like 400 grand and it's a 1-bedroom house. That's how expensive this little village is. This is banana trees growing. I think it's, I'm trying to remember where it's at. Got little vineyards here. That place is super expensive with that. You got a world-class left-hand point break over there. Like, look at that really cool rock. We call that the trained wolf. Got his hands. I'd love to have this little building right here. Like, have your little garden right here. Waves, go get lapas and fish in the summer. Have barbecues out here. You know, this will be your front door. You just, like, you could have internet, you know, everything modern. Like, this place right here was 400 grand, like in 2008. This spot right here. So you have a killer view, which you can't fully tell right now, but you have views of waterfalls and the whole coastline in North Dakota there. And you have a nice backyard. And this is like fully restored. Here's your Lovato waterway that brings water to all the gardens. But like, you got your vineyard, but you know, this place is a 1-bedroom with like a sala, like a kitchen. Living room. We could come over here. Step. Like you'd be overlooking the left-hand point break. And you got a nice deck. You know, it's awesome. It was 400,000 like in 2008. So it's like I don't even know what this would cost now. So just think, I bought my place in front of Jardin de Mar for like 200, you know, 200,000. And this place is more than double and it's like half the size. So you got banana trees, you got some squash, you got your vineyard. They grow potatoes, tomatoes, sweet potato, a lot of cabbage. And not here, but some places will have avocado, papaya, mango. I'm trying to look for some. And back in the day, they had tons of sugar cane. There was sugar everywhere. It was like rum factory. So, pretty cool. I love like, just everything about this place I love. It's like, I love the stone, you know, the stone walls and like the cobblestone little veredas, little pathways, the water that feeds every garden. They have this elaborate system of metal slats that redirect the water to go one direction or another. This is where you have your barbecue. You know, and you probably have part of your family over here and part of your family over here. Here comes the set. Let's go pick it up. So here you can see, like, if we catch a wave from here, it goes all the way around the corner to where our car was. All the way out here, all the way around the corner. And you know, a little bit of wind, but once you get around the corner, it's glacier, and nobody's gonna surf here today. They're all surfing the same one or two spots. You see, like they look like little hobbit houses, you know, like back in the day. Like I think a lot of people were shorter. I mean, in all honesty, and I think you know, these were the people I think who live on top. Had these as their summer houses. So they would come down by the sea and get lots of lapas and shellfish and polvo, which is octopus. And then they'd have nice barbecues, and maybe they might stay till the grape season to crush the grapes and make wine. And it's just a good, awesome life. Montana Army Navy. This is the office. So this is where everything happens. Quietly, secretly, we do big real estate deals out of an Army Navy store. Got a friend that's a part owner in it. She has a really cool like California art, jewelry and clothing. she does really well, actually, and so do we. And it's just a humble, quite honestly, it reminds me of this stuff. It's a small little building right on the Pacific Coast Highway, just south of San Francisco. And, you know, for me, part of finding your space where you feel the best and work with a clear mind, it's really important. So I used to have a beautiful office in a Sotheby's office in Silicon Valley, and I left that behind, and I decided I want to be near the sea. I want to look out the window and see the sunset and the ocean and the pelicans and the whales and the dolphins and the seals, the waves, be able to go right down the street to my favorite surf spot, another mile the other direction to my house. So Montara Army Navy, it's been around a long time. We left a sign up. People still call it the Army store, even though we sell only a little bit of Army stuff at this point. But this is one of the shirts that his name was Daryl. One of the shirts that Daryl used to sell. So I knew Daryl since I was like 14 years old, and when it was time to sell the Army store, because he was about 86 years old, I walked him through the listing presentation and showed him how I'd help him sell it. We spent an hour because, you know, he's older and I got to read all the disclosures. And at the end, it was classic. Daryl sit there and he goes, "No, Kristjan, I don't want to sell this to someone. I want to sell it to you." And it was because I knew him and we had a good relationship for many years. And he knew that I loved his store and that I would take care of it and you know, keep it special. And so I said, okay, let's get your attorney and let's draft up the paperwork, and I guess I'm going to buy an Army store. So I'm the happy owner of the Montara Army store. Sorry, I'm like looking at perfect waves breaking in the background, and it's gone now. But anyway, so that's the story of the Montara Army store. It's got a lot of character. A lot of locals like were tripping out on what happened to the Army store. Oh, do you still have Army stuff? And quite honestly, I bought his inventory with the store, but quite a bit of it was in bad shape, and so we sold like a whole container to this one guy in Fresno. But then we repurposed a lot of it and sold shirts with this marking. It didn't have this, you know, it was just a surplus store when Daryl had it. And so, you know, the legacy lives on.